Okay, I'm sitting here with Adam Rhodes with Northpoint Mortgage.
I'm living the dream.
This is the Q&A I promised about a month ago. We're going to sit now and do it. So I'll let Adam introduce himself first.
Hello, friends. I am Adam Rhodes. I hope you are having a fantastic day. I lead the group of mortgage awesome people right here in Cumming at Northpoint Mortgage. So, yeah, rock and roll.
So the first question is, if I refer someone to you, how much money do you give me?
Oh, that would not be legal.
No, okay.
Are we recording this?
Yes. I just want to make sure everybody knows I refer you because you're good, not because I'm going to get paid for it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
So how will they know how much they qualify for? Is it based solely on income?
Yeah, qualifying, no, it's not based solely on income. It's based on, I would say, three primary factors. One is your income. One is your obligations, right? Your obligations in relation to that income. And then one is down payment, right? So you might qualify for a $500,000 house if you put $400,000 down. Or maybe if you only put 10% down, right? It depends on the amount of house you're buying, depends on not only your qualifying, but how much you're putting down as well.
Okay. And what are the different types of loans you do?
We do pretty much, if there's a loan option, then we probably have access to it. We have access to, your standard conventional Fannie, Freddie, 30, 20, 15, 25-year loans. We do your government loans like FHA and VA. We have access to USDA, and then we also have a lot of products through our correspondent and broker channels that are just not your standard in the box loans. There's a whole lot of options that are outside the box.
And you do jumbo loans?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, and how long is a pre-approval good for?
Generally, when we pre-approve someone, it's going to be good for about 90 to 120 days, and that's how long it takes generally for the credit report to expire before we would update that, and maybe begin updating other stuff as well.
And everybody knows you get pre-approved before we look at houses.
Yeah, that's important.
So what paperwork do you need from the buyer once we get a contract on a house?
Well, the standard
steps.
Obviously, we would prefer to do a pre-approval before you have a house picked out, right? So we would already have the preliminary application, and we would already have reviewed your credit. In a lot of circumstances, most circumstances, I might even say, we've already looked at your income. We've got your W-2s and your pay stubs, or we've got your tax returns if you're self-employed. So, from once you go under contract, we kind of button that up. We re-verify your assets, make sure we've got all wherever your down payment and your funds for closing are coming from, make sure we've got that documented. And some other, odds and ends type stuff. We make sure the new house has insurance. We make sure, or we get copies of your identification. But yeah, so income, assets, insurance, identification, those are kind of the biggies.
All right. So the day before we close, I'm going to go buy a car and finance it.
Well, man, that's a big roll of the dice, right? Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It is not ideal for you to obtain additional credit while you are in the process of buying a home. It's also not ideal for you to move big chunks of money around in your bank accounts, or even from outside your bank accounts into your bank accounts. And it's not really ideal for you to change employment. Sometimes we get in situations where people change employment, and we can work through it. But if you suddenly decide you're going to go start your own business,
might want to wait.
You might want to wait. You might want to not go from a W-2 to a self-employed a few weeks before buying a house.
And the last question is, are there any grants or assistance for down payments?
Yeah, there are certainly options out there in the form of down payment assistance. There's also, we mentioned earlier, if you're a veteran, first off, thank you for your service. But veterans generally have access to a VA loan, which is 100% financing. There's also, up in our neck of the woods, or a little bit north, you've got a lot of access to USDA financing, which is 100% loan. But yes, there's also, depending on different geographic areas and counties, as well as there's a few statewide programs where you can get some down payment assistance
And you
as
can
well.
help them with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, I will tag Adam in my bio, and feel free to call him, get pre-approved, then call me, and we'll work together and get you in a new home. Thanks.
Rock and roll. Have an awesome day.